Battle Through the Heavens. Chapter 144. A brutal encounter with the wolf-head mercenary leader. The cold silk of a silent parting refines the spirit, leaving a void where the Dao heart must now endure alone. 9 stars pulse with celestial resonance within him, a power tethered to the heavy iron shadowing his path. As the bruised sky yields to a flickering orange glow, the forest's stillness dissolves into the predatory breath of the karmic trial ahead.
Xiaoyan moved through the thick brush. The trees thinned out, and he took a long, clean breath. He had reached the outer edge of the magical beast mountain range. A few more miles, and he would run into mercenary squads, hunting for pelts and cores. He looked up. The sky was a bruised red. He frowned. He would have to make camp and sleep here for the night. Xiaoyan reached back and patted the black cloth covering the heavy Xuan ruler. The massive weapon was a target. He had wrapped it tight to keep it hidden. He did not need any unnecessary trouble. He pushed through one last thicket as the light died. A flicker of orange caught his eye. It was a campfire, glowing like a beacon in the gathering dark. He paused. He did not expect to find others so soon. He hesitated for a heartbeat, then started toward the light. 5 people sat around the flames. 3 men and 2 women. Their weapons lay within reach, and matching badges gleamed on their chests. They were a mercenary squad. Xiaoyan stepped into the light. A middle-aged man spun around instantly. His hand went to his hilt.
"Who goes there?"
He barked. The others scrambled. 3 of them drew steel. A young girl nearby grabbed for her sword, but it stuck in the scabbard. She yanked at it twice before it came free. Her face burned red with embarrassment.
"Easy,"
Xiaoyan said. He stepped out from behind a massive tree and held up his empty hands.
"I am just a traveler. I saw the fire and came to investigate."
The group relaxed when they saw his face. The middle-aged man let out a breath and started to laugh, but the girl snapped at him. She had finally managed to pull her sword, and now she glared at Zhao Yan.
"Do you have any manners?"
She demanded.
"Pouncing on a mercenary camp like that? You were trying to eavesdrop on us, weren't you?"
Xiaoyan narrowed his eyes. The girl looked a year or 2 younger than him. The firelight played across a pretty face, but her lip was curled in a sneer that made his stomach turn.
"Liner, stop that!"
The man scolded. He turned back to Xiaoyan with a friendly smile.
"Are you a mercenary too, boy? Why are you out here alone?"
"I am a doctor."
Xiaoyan lied. He pulled a handful of common herbs from his robe.
"I ran out of supplies and came out to find more. I stayed out longer than I intended."
The man looked at the herbs and nodded. He pointed to a spot near the fire.
"Sit down. The beasts are active at night. It is dangerous to be out there by yourself."
Xiaoyan thanked him and sat. He kept his posture humble and gave them a small, shy smile.
"I am Ka Gang,"
the man said. He tapped the badge on his chest.
5-star doge.
"I am Yao Yan. Just a doctor. I have the strength of a 2-star doge."
Linner let out a sharp, mocking laugh.
2 stars? And you dared to come into these mountains. If you hadn't found us, you would be a pile of beast dung by morning.
Xiaoyan did not argue. He ignored the girl and greeted the others. Qing Xin was a 4-star doge in a green dress. Ma Shi was a burly man who told Xiaoyan to just call him Lion. The last was a man in white robes. Before he could speak, Linner cut him off.
"This is Mulan. He is a 5-star doge. Even our commander says he is a genius. He is on a completely different level than someone like you.
Mulan gave a polite nod. Liner looked at him with a frantic, desperate kind of worship. It was clear she saw him as some kind of prince. They talked for a while. Kagong asked a few questions about medicine. Xiaoyan answered them clearly, and the older man's suspicion finally vanished. Xiaoyan learned they were part of the Earthblood Mercenary Company. Liner was the daughter of a high-ranking officer in the guild. That explained her arrogance. In a place like Xianxia town, the Earthblood name carried a lot of weight. He waited for his opening. He started asking about the local news and the status of the Wolfhead mercenaries. It was not a secret. Kagong told him everything. Xiaoyan felt the tension leave his chest. The three major companies had not teamed up to hunt him down. If it was just the Wolfhead Company, he was not in any real danger. He wanted to leave, but Kagong insisted he stay the night. Xiaoyan did not want to be rude. He crawled into a tent to sleep. Liner spent the rest of the night grumbling and throwing insults at his back while she sat on guard duty. The sun was barely up when Xiaoyan stepped out of the tent. The mercenaries were already packing. He walked over to help.
Oh, look who decided to wake up.
Liner snapped.
We were up all night guarding the camp while you slept like a young master.
Xiaoyan did not even look at her. He helped Kagong fold the heavy canvas. The girl did not know that he had scattered high-level beast musk around the camp before he went to sleep. If he hadn't, her night would have been a lot bloodier. Liner turned red with rage at being ignored. She would have kept shouting if Mulan hadn't pulled her away. They broke camp and headed for the main road. Xiaoyan walked with them since they were heading in the same direction. When they reached the clearing near the highway, he recognized the spot. This was where he had nearly died during his last escape. He stopped and turned to the group.
This is where we part ways, K-Gang. Thank you for the company.
Part ways?
Kagong asked.
We are going to the town. It is the same road.
I remembered something I need to do nearby. You go on ahead.
Let him go, Tap Dai Thuk.
Liner said.
Why care dead weight? A 2-star is useless anyway.
Kagong looked apologetic, but before he could speak, his face went pale. He looked toward the road and cursed.
Damn it! Just our luck to run into him.
Xiaoyan followed his gaze. A group of men on unicorn horses were thundering down the road. They didn't slow down for anyone. Travelers scrambled into the dirt to avoid being trampled.
Who is that?
Xiaoyan asked.
That is Gan Mu, the second leader of the Wolfhead mercenaries.
Kagong whispered. Xiaoyan said.
He is a 9-star doge. Every time we see him, there is trouble.
Xiaoyan's eyes brightened. He felt a slow, cold smile spread across his face. The riders skidded to a halt. The lead man was thin and gaunt. He scanned the group, and his eyes landed on Kagong.
Well, if it isn't the Earthblood dogs, did you find anything good in the woods today?
Kagong stayed silent. His jaw was tight. Ganmu didn't care. His eyes drifted to Liner. He licked his lips.
Liner is getting prettier every day. I have always had a taste for girls like her. Don't go wandering off alone, little girl. You might not like what happens.
He let out a filthy laugh. Liner trembled and hid behind Kagong's back. She didn't say a word.
I have business elsewhere today.
Ganmu said, sneering at them.
Consider yourselves lucky. Next time, I won't be so nice.
He kicked his horse and prepared to gallop away. Kagong and the others let out a collective breath of relief. They were still exhaling when the air exploded. A black shadow shot out from the side of the road like a bolt of lightning. The figure blurred, leaping high into the air. He spun once, mid-flight, and drove a heavy boot into Ganmu's jaw. The sound of shattering bone echoed in the clearing. Ganmu was ripped from his saddle. He flew through the air in a long arc and slammed into the dirt. He didn't have time to scream. Xiaoyan landed on the man's chest with a sickening crunch. He looked down at the bleeding mercenary and spoke in a flat, cold voice.
Don't go anywhere. I was gonna come looking for you anyway.